Good morning, how are you? So, bear with me, I'm using my, crap. As you can see, I'm using my gimbal, so I probably won't be using it as much because I can't stand it. So we're just waiting to board my cruise here. So just bear with me. A bit of an overcast day, not too bad. It is a little chilly. Just waiting to board, so it doesn't start until another few minutes. Just thought I'd just kill some time. Morning, Sebastian, Juanita. Just waiting for my cruise to board, so just killing some time. So I'm just gonna put my phone back on my gimbal, so you just might experience some bit of a tiltness here. So just kind of bear with me. There we go. There we go. Don't mean motion sick, you guys. Maybe I'll just walk around. That way my gimbal doesn't start going all over the place here. I'm gonna take it off. I can't stand using that thing. Just waiting for my boat to board. So it won't be for another little while. Who is here? Nice, that's awesome. Evans, like honestly, when I lived in Bear, I never ever actually did their cruises. It would have been nice. It is a bit of a chilly day today, so What's everybody up to today on Thursday? Gonna walk around. That's the ship I'm going to be boarding right there. When I did the ticket, I thought they were going to put me on this one. This one right here is supposed to do the Thousand Island 3-hour one, but I guess I'm doing just the Discovery one on this one. So it'll just be a while before we actually get on here. So I'll eventually be up at the very top there. Evan, I did have something before coming down here. A nice hot coffee and a sandwich. And luckily I brought my pair of gloves too because it is a little chilly. In. Just gonna hang around here for, I don't want to go anywhere too far. So this is their second one. This is the one, this is the cruise that you can actually dine, and there's like entertainment on here as well. So there's 3 different type of cruises. I put a link on the channel description for you guys to check it out if you want to learn more about them. Nice little bar here. No, I've been. I was gonna use my Osmo 6 gimbal, and since I haven't used that thing for like months, so I'm just not used to like having it automatically kind of like jerk around and stuff. Because I'm just so used to my Pocket 3 where I can. It's just like a simple, nice little thing to hold, and you don't have to worry about anything. But right now I'm just gonna hold it instead. It's probably gonna be a lot easier than having that thing flop around all the time. But I will tell you offhand though, streaming through Prism, like just by holding a phone, is a lot easier to see the chat rather than having one phone in one hand and then something else in the other. So that's one advantage, I guess. Not too bad. So the cruise is going to be roughly about like an hour, so it won't be anything too fancy dancy. So we're just going to do like a quick tour around the Fort Henry, The Royal Military College. There's the Star Destroyer, or to say the Star Destroyer there. No, it's just like our ferry. And then a quick tour around the penitentiary and then back here. Hey Modano, how are you? Yeah. Nice little electric ferry here. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Oh, right there. Henry must get used to holding his phone like this for hours, whereas with me, I get tired almost within like about a half an hour to an hour. Oh yep, just hanging around until we're ready to board, and then we'll set sail. That's the RMC right there, Royal Military College. And then over there, other miscellaneous stuff. Don't know what they're doing over there. Probably building a new dock for the ferries. And then hotel. And there's another one there, center. Hey there, Chris. Thanks for joining. Just gonna go for a ferry ride or a boat cruise. We're just waiting to board, so hopefully that'll be soon. Thanks, Evan. I actually just checked my analytics not so long ago. It's been a while since I last checked it. I think I'm like about 1,200 hours away to being able to apply for super chats on my channel. So I don't know really how that works, but yeah, I'm really pushing towards that. So that's why I'm just trying to do as much lives as I can, and hopefully I will reach that 3,000 hours. So right now I'm standing at 1775 hours out of 3,000. that's kind of you, Evan. Yeah, I'm excited to have that nice little feature on my channel. Hard work does pays off if you really push it. Canadian Giant, good morning and thanks for joining. So I'm here in Kingston, Ontario, my hometown. I'm just waiting for my cruise ship boat here, so we're able to board, so we can go on a nice boat ride. So Ryan Pratt, good morning. Juanita, good morning. Hopefully cell signal would be good out there. Island go. Line up here. That's where I'll be. See, there's tables in there. There's even like beverages there in the corner, but you can't see it right there. There's like a little snack bar.
We're not quite ready to board. Yeah, we'll let you know when we board. Just about 5 more minutes.
The last time I've been on one of these is, oh jeez, 14 years old. Yeah, it's been a while. Looks like that doggy's going on a cruise too. It's not too bad temperature wise, a little cool, a bit overcast as you can see. Canadian Giant. Yeah, so last week it is like I even been on a trolley for the first time in what, ever since I lived here, so that's like a first. It's approximately about an hour, Canadian Giant. There's 3 different types of cruises. Like the one that I'm on, it's the Discovery cruise. It's like approximately about an hour. If you want to do like the Thousand Island one, which is that ship right there, it's about 3 hours. So the one that I'm on, I actually didn't have to pay anything because I got a little residence pass, so it entitles me to like any basic tours I can get in for free. But if you want to upgrade it to something else, then you just have to pay. If you want to learn more about the cruises Canadian Giant, there is a little link I provided on the actual stream channel,
You just gotta get the variation.
it'll has like everything like from
area.
cost
Yeah,
to
probably on Google.
like to approximately tour locations.
I got some good practice. I got some good practice. Oh, I know. So we can let everyone on board. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to get it. You go do your job. Or whatever. It's okay. It's just a coincidence, but yeah. Yeah. No, I have dogs, yeah. Yeah, I have dogs. Yeah, no, I don't.
Ready? Take it.
Alright, sorry to keep you waiting.
Yep, no
We
worry.
are ready to board the vessel at this time.
First.
So you've got a ticket just for yourself here?
Yeah, for just one more.
Alright, very good.
Thank you very much.
Just watch your step and your head as you
Okay,
board, right?
thanks. Boarding time. Going upstairs here. Go upstairs, not too shabby. Let's sit somewhere. There. You can go to the front. I'll eventually be walking around. So you can have option of sitting on benches, but not this one because it's wet. That's the crew captain's area. So you can sit here if you want to. Aladdin Abu, how's it going? Thank you for joining. And got the front. There. Got City Hall right there in the center. And then over in that area, like hotel, lots of nice hotels here by the waterfront. I'm not sure what that one is. Coast Guard? Nope. Just sit down for a bit. Oh, that's good to hear, Sebastian. At least you're safe and sound and no damages has been affected in your area. feel the wind. Hey, Natural Lisa, good morning. Yep, it's just a simple cruise. Next time I might do this one though, since this one over here is the Thousand Island one. So that one there is like a 3-hour one, but the one that I'm on, it's roughly about an hour. So we get to explore some just like main landmarks, and that's it. Yeah, I'm just not used to like streaming through Prism. That's why it's a bit just to get used to the whole stabilization of holding the phone. I thought about using my Pocket 3, but I just didn't know how well the reception will be, because even though I'll be tethering it, so that's why I decided to do it through Prism. Yes, Chris, I'm on a boat. We're just getting ready to set sail, roughly about like at 11:30. So whatever time that is now. And then once we get moving, I'll eventually be up and walking around. Thanks, Evan. So hopefully it will hold up out there. If I do get lost at sea, you know that I came across some bad connections. The sky does want to open up a bit around there.
Alrighty, folks, if I could just have everyone's attention. So it looks like we only have 4 passengers, so it's almost a private cruise for you. But we are legally required to provide you some safety information about our vessel before we can get underway, alright? So if there was to be an emergency on this boat today, we'll let you know about the emergency in a few different ways. I can come over the ship's microphone system and I can get your attention and speak to you about the emergency. That's the most likely thing to happen. But we also do have a loud bell we can sound to get your attention. And then generally the nautical general alarm would be 7 short blasts on our whistle followed by 1 long blast, and we may do that in emergency as well. So if we did have an emergency on board, there's a chance you would then be instructed to put on a life jacket. On board this boat, we have our life jackets stored in 3 different locations. So you'll notice there's green boxes on either side of the bathrooms. Those have life jackets. More than enough for everyone on board today. But we also do keep life jackets underneath our wheelhouse. And then our children's life jackets, along with some adults, are in a locker right on the first deck, right where you came on board. There's a locker there, it opens up, and we have life jackets in there as well. Alright, so we do have to do a demonstration, so if you're asked to put on a life jacket, start by holding it down, drop those 2 longer shafts to the floor, and ensure those are untangled. You'll then pull it apart and place it over your head. Once you've got it on, you'll want to tie these 2 shorter shafts in front of your chin. Ideally, just tie these in a bow knot, just like you would your shoelaces, and get it as secure as possible. Once you've got that done up to the best of your ability, you'll then take the 2 longer shafts, you'll wrap them behind your back, cross them behind your back, and then tie them securely around your waist at the front. It is important with these you tie them around your waist. If you were to tie it over top of the life jacket, it would not work correctly, alright? So once you have a life jacket on like that, just stay calm and then we'll give you instructions. Most of the time, if we had an emergency that required us to put on life jackets, it's unlikely any further action would be required, but stay tuned just in case there was. Now, in the extremely unlikely event that you would have to evacuate directly into the water, you should start by taking one hand and placing it over your nose. Bring the other arm across to secure the first arm and the life jacket. And then before you jump off the vessel, you want to look below you, ensure the area is clear, and then take a big step away from the boat as you step off and cross your legs as you head down into the water. We aren't required to tell you that, but realistically, if we had to evacuate this boat, you'd be evacuating into one of our 2 inflatable life rafts. Mm-hmm. So we keep those rafts directly above us here in big white capsules, and if we had to evacuate one of our crew members to deploy the rafts, they would inflate, and then you would descend into the rafts only if I told you you had to, and you'd be doing that through one of the 4 gates on the first deck. Alright, so that is all the essential safety information, but it's a calm day out there, so just stay warm, and we'll be getting underway very soon, alright?
All right,
Thank you.
thanks. You were just giving us a demonstration on how to put on a life jacket in case if we need to. Alright, we're getting ready to go. There's only 4 people on board today. So we got the whole ship to ourselves. I'm looking forward to that because your live scenes are so good. I really enjoyed them. Especially the first one when I attended, I think you were at that market. That was really good. Ready to go. Are leaving. Do they trust me with driving the boat? West Coast Rocker. Thanks for joining. We're going on a boat cruise. A boat ride, I should say.
Hello everybody, my name is Zoe. I'm an English and Drama student at Queen's University, and I'm going to be your tour guide for this afternoon's Discovery Cruise. We're going to be looking at some of the history and historic sites around Kingston. So to start off with, I'd like to talk a bit about the history of the area itself. For thousands of years, these lands had the primary name of Cataraqui, which in the Haudenosaunee language means great meeting place. This eventually became because Cataraqui was one of the sites of the Iroquois Confederacy.
Hold on to the phone.
It comes from an Algonquin word meaning muddy place, which refers to the wide amounts of limestone. It was colonized by the French in the late 1500s and fully established as a community in 1672 with the creation of Fort Frontenac, which would have been just to our left by Kingston's arena. In fact, while construction was undergoing on Slush Bucket Place in 2009, Fort Frontenac were actually uncovered. They remain behind the arena today in tribute to the Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples whom the fort was originally built to trade with. After the French mostly left the area, it was used as part of a wall for an Anishinaabe fishing village. Cataraqui was taken by the British in the late 1600s, creating their own fort, which you can see in the middle of the trees on the left side. This fort is still in operation today as a military base, although they did not build it until the 1800s, about 100 or so years after their arrival. Upon the British arrival in the late 1600s, they renamed the area Kingstown in honor of their monarch at the time, and this name eventually
Did the water fall on you? Oh,
The area of water we're passing through now is known as the Blue Belt because it is at the junction point of the Cataraqui River, the St. Lawrence River, and Lake Ontario. Further down, the Cataraqui River also connects to the Blue Belt
just gonna
Canal.
stand it above here.
A structure created as an estate during the War of 1805. The one we just toured is known as Point Frederick. It's named after Fort Frederick, a military base built on this site and lasting from the late 1700s to the mid-1800s. It's now the home of the Royal Military College of Canada, known to Kingston residents as RMC, which you can see on your left side.
Yes, you got some trees are starting to turn there.
Recognized as a federal Canadian university in 1959.
Seems like connection is great at my
Also,
end.
next
Hopefully it is at yours.
I would consider a financially free education. They may major in anything other considered for an undergraduate degree at a typical Canadian university, including sciences, social sciences, engineering, and humanities, as well as 2 degrees specific to RMC. One in military and combat strategy.
Yeah, they got so there was some water built up at the very top there, and I guess during that turn
colleges still existing in Canada. The
it
other was in Saint Jean-sur-Richelieu.
dropped some a bunch of water on you. Anytime naturally.
Upon graduation, students must spend 8 years in the Canadian Armed Forces, 2 for each year of study. Many then also spend an additional 8 years in the military to receive a full military pension. This potential American invasion. As to be expected from the name, the Martello Towers
Yes.
were Italian in design. However, they were updated upon arriving in Canada. The Italian designs had flat roofs, which would have risked cave-ins during the harsh winters and heavy snowfalls in Canada. Because of this, the Canadian designs have sloped roofs, allowing the snow to slide right off. Of the original 16 towers, 9 remain standing today across Canada, of which 4 are in Kingston. We'll be seeing all 4 on the tour today and learning all of their names.
Yes, very peaceful view, Juanita. Away from the humans. Right, so we're doing. Nice fall colors coming around. Well, I'm probably just gonna stay here.
Ahead, on the front of the ship to the left, you'll see a long dock stretching out. This marks the site of the dockyard and bay right by LMC. It's known as Navy Bay, as it was the home of the Royal Military Dockyard, beginning in 1787. This was used for Canada's Navy at the time.
That's that center thing right
It was
there.
particularly useful
Fort Henry.
during the War of 1812. Canada and the United States, as Canada was fighting on the side of the British at the time against our southern neighbors. It was also used as a defense post
And
against
come
the
across here. That's where the boat's gonna pass. Oh, nice and windy here.
As it was protected by Lake Ontario, ships were built right on the water, meaning this was an active military site for the same period as the Martello Towers being constructed, 1796 to 1850. However, in 1817, the Rush-Magnet Agreement was signed, which declared that no ships carrying weapons be permitted to travel through the Great Lakes.
Fort Henry
Because
right
of this,
there
in
in the center.
1850, the British Monarch at the time, Queen Victoria, stated that all of the unused
Hey,
warships
Jazz.
in the Royal Naval Dockyards, however, will be sunk. This means that Passing by LMC, you also may have seen a canal tower with a flag drawn above it. That is actually the floats of the Canadian flag. Back in 1955. The design was done for Navy for purposes. It's known for its sunset ceremonies. Officer pins from West Virginia, United States, is constantly down displaying Fort Henry is now a living Fort Henry is also a popular concert venue, as the limestone walls provide the
Our first buffer.
where custodians have come to from all over to get spooked. As one point was built with a wire. As I said, Fort Henry was built in But one Friday afternoon, a storm was rolling in, causing the second boat to have to remain at home. The men did not want to be stuck at Cedar Island for the weekend. So 23 stonemasons climbed into a boat meant for only 12. The harsh waves, combined with the overcrowding, caused the ship to capsize almost immediately, killing all but 6 of the men. 2 of the men involved in this story are particularly important. One of the survivors was named Alexander. That is because he had gone to the second Prime Minister of Canada. The other character in this story was Robert Guy. His name was Robert James, and he is at the center of one of Kingston's most well-known ghost stories. Legend knows that at the time of his death, Robert was engaged to a young woman named Elizabeth, who, after feeling of her fiance's drowning, was so devastated that she died herself soon after from a broken heart. Very soon after this incident, the new stonemasons working on Halfboat Tower reported seeing a very pale woman in a white dress walking up the beach. More recent sightings have also seen a couple walking up the beach hand in hand. So, if you want to be romantic, this story does have a nearly happy ending. Robert and Elizabeth were reunited in death. Another lighter note is that Cedar Island is a campground. That's right, you can go camping on the haunted island. Cedar Island is one of the 1,000 islands, whose name is actually a bit of a misnomer. There's nearly 1,862 islands in Australia. Eventually, the two countries established a criteria of what exactly an island was in order to create an official count. They decided that an island is a piece of land disconnected from mainland that is above the water every day of the year and has at least one linear tree. Why tree? Well, this shows that the island can sustain life and is thus more than just a rock. Speaking of islands, on our left side you'll see some windmills. This marks the site of Wolfe Island. This island was named after James Wolfe, a British general who died in the historic battles with Lakes of Abraham. As the longest of the 1,000 islands at 26 kilometers long and 9 kilometers wide, it is also one of the first to be settled for agricultural purposes, beginning with Scottish lumbermen who arrived for their timber businesses in the early 1800s, including building ships during the War of 1812. Contact between the island and the mainland was arranged via the Wolfe Islander ferry, which runs hourly between the two completely for free.
Did it buffer a bit,
The original Wolfe
Evan?
Islander set sail way back in 1801. It was replaced by the Wolfe Islander II, which originally meant to be used during the Second World War in 1946, followed by the Wolfe Islander III in 1975, and the Wolfe Islander IV this very year, 2024. This new ferry is much larger than the previous three and fully electric, included all the way from Romania. In the 1840s, Irish immigrants began to travel to Wolfe Island, and by the 1860s it had reached its largest permanent population to date, about 3,600 people. However, economic
I can smell
downturns,
popcorn
including the
from
Great
below.
Depression in the 1940s, led more and more people to depart from the island. However, this does not mean Wolfe Island's history after the 1860s was less interesting. In the 1920s, it was a major site of
There was a bit of a sun.
prohibition. Prohibition, or the complete banning of alcohol, was lifted in Canada several years before it was in the U.S., making the 1,000 Islands an ideal place to smuggle things across the border. proximity to the oil. The island is now predominantly a
Yeah, I was
full
wanting to do it
residential
tomorrow
community
because it was
known for
supposed
its
to be nice and sunny
beach
tomorrow, but the
strawberries.
weather is supposed to warm up a bit as well.
1,300 residents. Though this can trickle to up
But
to
tomorrow I
3,600
was planning on doing
residents.
like that trail walk,
As many view the quiet island community as their ideal summer home.
unless if I can substitute it to do the 3-hour
The
cruise.
individuals I pointed out provide power to all of the island residents. Up ahead, and I'll be passing by on the left in just a few minutes, is another of the Thousand Islands. This is Golden Island. Golden Island's history begins in the 1820s, but the timber trade began to replace the fur trade as Canada's primary economic export. As it's surrounded by Wolf Island, Golden Island has a protective bay that made it ideal for the construction of log rafts. In 1844, an American businessman by the name of Delino
Yeah, but where I'm standing, Evan, it's right where the snack bar is, so I guess there's like some
This was
vents
very beneficial to Calvin, as it made him compete and trade with
that's bringing up the
Canada
smell.
was still a rich colony until 1867.
Hello over there.
Calvin's company would construct log rafts on the island, then float them down the St. Lawrence River all the way to Quebec City. There they would be sent to
There's a nice shot of that thing.
England and Glasgow, Scotland. Calvin's company focused the island in 1862
Back to the island.
and established a small community there. While Golden Island only had 3 streets, Broadway, Fancy, and Blanchette, it was soon a thriving community with about 750 residents, with its own grocery store, bakery, butcher, school, post office, and even a library called the Mechanics Institute, with around 6,000 books. Groceries for the grocery store were supplied by dairy farms located on the island. Wolf Island's smuggling history was less present here, as Golden Island was home to a temperance society, or a society against alcohol consumption. It was also home to an orange lodge and even a Freemasons
I'm sure they would notice when everybody gets off, they'll be wondering why there's 3 people instead of 4. The wind just blew the chair over. Hey Christine, thanks for joining.
On the right side, you can see a lovely view of the city of Kingston.
Liam, thanks for joining. It was only like maybe like, oh, I got a custom one that I lit, so I would say $20.
This town, of course, eventually became known as
I guess the wind is blowing all over the place.
So COVID was actually conducted out of the administrations at the hospital. You have to wonder why exactly each of the house
Gonna stand here.
Ships to Cataract. For unknown reasons, one of these ships contained explosive cargo in its hold, which created a massive fire and explosion that burned for down nearly 13 blocks within the city.
Yep, don't worry.
Surprisingly and very luckily, no human lives were lost in this fire. Even more surprisingly is the fact that Kingston didn't make a fire department downtown for 30 years after the fire. The first fire department in Kingston was built in 1870 and what is now a one-star restaurant. In fact, if you're going out there for dinner sometime soon, take a look at the front of the building. It still says Kingston Fire Hall above the restaurant name and has signs indicating where the engines and hoses would have been. However, this new fire department did not stop a second fire from occurring in 1876, which started near the Grand Pier. It burned for nearly 12 hours before being extinguished. After the second fire, Kingston's mayor at the time, Dr. Capital, established a bylaws to prevent the buildings in the downtown area having burning wood. The city was almost entirely
Yeah, water's starting to really pick up in
You see
this
the
area
old
here.
light is made of limestone. old and red or brown tan print. These designate buildings as historic sites, which means that although people can't visit them, they can't change what they look like. From anything from renovating to painting without permission from the city. All limestone
Let's
buildings
focus on this area. It's just a little more exciting. Temperature is way different out here than what it is on land. Yep, I'm still warm, Evans. I got my mitts on, I wore a sweater and a top shell. Base layer type season almost. Even before venturing out, I just took a look at the weather just to see what I'm up against. Sometimes it's always interesting. And they're not doing so.
The first building built in the area was the Waterfront, which you can get from the seafood shoreline of the Vancouver Peninsula. This was originally owned by a promo named Mr. Corey, but promo on campus was private, so it was still owned. He died was known out from there by the name of Dr. Litchfield, who used it to house inmates at the Kingston Penitentiary.
Penitentiary, just some center right there. That's coming up. I'm sure we're going to eventually get close to it, so if we are, I'll just switch over to the other side. Hey Mark, how are you? It's always great to see you on here. Hey Rodano. One thing I never actually thought about bringing was my heated gloves. Battery operated heated gloves. Finally finished a temporary bridge where the LaSalle Causeway was, so now traffic can actually go through through that area. Actually, I have a heated gloves when I snowmobile, or if I'm venturing out in the cold. They're so nice. They're just so nice to have. Yeah, use your hands. No, right there, that was crazy. You jumped. I might have to check that out. See that. Yes, 420 Gaming. Are you actually from Kingston too? I think if we were out in the middle, it was. Oh, nice. Nice little Kingstonian flight. Great. There, not much exciting. Stay here. Seems like a better view there. Yeah, it sure is. There's only like 4 people on board, which is nice. Sun's wanting to open a bit. Whenever you can move, I know you're always busy and stuff like that, but there's always a reason. Better testing center. Court down here, right here, that we're coming up. That's the lady here, possibly hit. Gaming knows how busy this area is in the summertime. I actually work there too, HCS. Especially the patient floor that's facing the waterfront has the nicest views. Move up to your front. No way, that's awesome. My public school friend, who I went to public school and high school with, she actually works there as well. The phone's tiring. Sorry, my finger got in the way. Yeah, it is HDS. It is really chilly, but now it's kind of like died down a bit. Especially when we were at the open water, it was like blowing like the chairs around here on deck. Tomorrow would be a good day for it though. It's supposed to be a little nicer.
This is actually a rare form of lichen that is found almost nowhere else in the world.
Apartment buildings. Walk to the front. There's a little just stay here. Oh, there's the sun. Just stay in the sun. A little more warm. The sun. There, center. It's just a simple little bridge actually. But it doesn't have that DOG sound that it normally makes from the old bridge does. HDS gaming, I think when that bridge opened, the new one, Ben and Reed from one of the radio stations, they actually they spent maybe about a half an hour during that day, and they made their own noise. I thought it was pretty funny. But it's nice to have that bridge open again. So there's two ways of getting across over to Seattle Kingston and Fort Henry, rather than relying on the main one.
Today, please wait until the ship has fully docked to begin disembarking. Thank you all for coming and have a great rest of your afternoon.
I noticed that manual focus was automatically turned on. How was the entire stream? Was it fairly clear throughout almost the entire time? HDS Slow Gaming, I will definitely keep an ear out for it. That's a wrap. Walking call. Hey Toronto Walker, how are you? Tripped over that thing. Alright, and that's a wrap. We'll just take a walk to city to the waterfront, and then that's where I'll end it. Hey, One Hand, how are you? Just finished my boat tour there. Thousand Island Tour Cruise Hut. Up there. One last look here before I end. Alright, that concludes the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Maybe next time I'll do the 3-hour one. Anytime in Dano, I always like to experience with different type of contents. You're welcome, Mark. And thank you everyone who has joined in on my 1-hour boat cruise. Yep. I love the waterfront one, Jimmy. Yep, thanks, Evan. I'm just gonna hang around downtown for a bit. Alright, everyone. You have a great Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be doing my little waterfront walk. Well, it's an extended waterfront walk actually. It starts from the trailhead place and I go all the way down to here, City Hall. It's going to be a good one, especially a little nicer day for it. Alright, have a great day. See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully some of you will be able to join. Over and out.